Welcome back to The Devil in Detail, the Grendel reread podcast. I'm Eli.
And I'm Ben. It's our 120th episode with the third issue of Four Devils, One Hell, James Robinson, Teddy Kristiansen. It's been a little while, but the mystery is going to continue to unfold. Before we get there, Eli, got some big stuff coming up. You're always doing big stuff.
Oh my God, yes.
It's your Emerald City. Let's hear it.
Yes, it's Saturday right now when we're recording this. I'm going to try to get it out in a day. Quick turnover. That's why we're doing this way instead of my normal sweet effects. Anyway, I'm heading to Emerald City Comic Con on Tuesday with my friend Manus. We're going to set up a big monster table, Cosmic Lion, with a bunch of back issues, all the new stuff. Then the week after that, Ben and I will be together along with a ton of our friends and creators and some of the biggest and brightest upcoming creators in comics right now at Indie Comics Creator Con in New Haven, Connecticut. So if you're anywhere on the East Coast, I suggest you make it out to New Haven, Connecticut. If you want to come, hit me up. I can get you a free ticket. If not, I think tickets are only like $5 or $10, but let's do it. Let's blow this thing out. Let's make it huge. I'm super excited. We've got tons of new books. Just go to CosmicLionProductions.com if you're interested in checking out the new books. They're all coming out, and you're going to be hearing more about us, and you may even be able to talk to us and order us from the Diamond catalog soon. Here we go. All right, Ben, what's up with you, buddy?
Not much. I'm good.
Okay, cool.
I'm good. I'm working on a children's book. I'm working on illustrating a children's book based on a song written by a friend, so there'll be a QR code in the book and you'll scan it, and then the song will play as you turn the pages in the song about being nice, or whatever it is.
Whatever kids do these days.
Whatever they do. And that's it. I'm teaching and I'm trying to draw, and I've got probably more storyboarding on the horizon later this year. Hopefully more comics making.
And Ben will have a nice selection of his own comics at Indie Comics Creators Con. One of the only ways to get it, if you want to.
Yeah, but I'm also doing something I saw years ago. I saw Frank Santoro used to do this. I want this show to be like the alt comic shows of yore. So I remember when I was a boy, Frank Santoro would just, he'd have his books in Pittsburgh and all these things. And he'd just have a short box just of good indie comics, and they would have these individualized labels where he basically tell you why you want to spend $3 to $5 on the book.
Oh, I did that for my bins too. I love that. That makes it more special. Like,
I'm bringing all kinds of crazy shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Can we Grendel?
Let's Grendel.
Great.
To the theme song.
The devil is my best friend. Hunter rose with the pen to the fork end, or till time end. Like Orion, Jupiter, my kin, bloodline private. We control the whole shit. The wolf won't beef, then we feast off the rip. Behold the devil in detail. Behold the devil in detail.
All right, we are back, and we're diving headlong into Grendel Tales, Four Devils, One Hell. And we've got it on the big screen here today on the Grendel cam, and we're going in. I hope you all can see this well.
You want to talk about this cover? This is Matt painting over Teddy's pencils, I believe Matt told us.
So Matt is painting it?
Well, I don't know about this one, but the last one, the one with the white mask,
mm-hmm.
You can really see Matt's like mark making over it, and they're both credited, so maybe they're both painting, or maybe I don't know. It does look like Matt's painting. Anyway, looks great. Samurai,
as always.
Got that real samurai look, especially with this decapitated head.
Yeah, how can you not love this samurai Grendel? At the start, if this is starting Grendel Tales off so huge with having all these different looks of Grendel. I love it. I'm always on about it. So samurai.
They also give us the exact year.
Do they?
More or less.
Mm-hmm.
More or less. I find some of the plotting, I don't really remember the first two chapters that well. So some of the plotting is let's see what the recap has to say. Let's get us back up to speed. This one's 4 questions, 3 answers, and the whole thing is so dense that I struggle to keep that organized along with all the other narrative elements, but you'll help me.
Of course I will.
Previously, private investigator Joseph Montevani's search for the killer of the Batiaques brothers has led him to their hometown of New Orleans, even as Gloria DeVere's quest for the mysterious treasure brings her to the same spot. There, Calhoun continues to gamble, anonymously donating his winnings to orphaned children in repentance for some evil deed from his past. Meanwhile, the deluded Alfred Bixby is told in a drug-induced vision that the holy relic he seeks can be found in the place of floating castles. So he leaves the Amazon, hitching a ride north and trailing and leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. I don't remember that. Did he kill the trucker or
I don't
something like
remember.
that?
I don't really remember a trail of devastation either. I was thinking
Maybe
that.
it's personal devastation, but I really enjoy the idea that like there is like this vague supernatural is it supernatural or is it not kind of game still being played with Bixby? But if the vision told him that the treasure's there and we know that a treasure is going like
Yeah.
he's getting good intel from somewhere,
Yeah.
either mental illness or supernatural.
Uh-huh. That's that same demonic force that is driving so many of these characters. And we do get a lot of flashback and a lot of like history and story in this one. And it's interesting here. It says that Jan Solheim does the Bixby flashback pencils.
Oh.
Interesting. And then confirmed Matt Wagner cover painting.
Oh, there you go. Confirmed.
Confirmed. All right. So
Detail confirmed. Okay, great. This is Renew.
I guess, man, I did some serious internet sleuthing last night to try to figure
Yeah.
out how to pronounce this name, and I got nothing.
I listened to Manis pronounce Bashiak
Yeah.
like 15 times in a row, and I still couldn't figure out how to make it sound like that.
Batiaques.
He like spat it out. He's like, "Yeah, it's Cajun. What's the matter with you?" I was like, "All right, Renew. Any insights on this
Yeah, I mean, they're saying that
umbrella
like
fella?"
throughout this issue, we get more backstory on him about how he's like he has this destiny, and he might be the reincarnation of. Now they say the original Grendel. They don't say necessarily Hunter Rose. We're always thinking, is there some sort of pre pre
Yeah,
Hunter?
they talk about Hunter Rose's reincarnation in this book, but they also talk about things that happened before Hunter Rose, which
Yes.
is just like very tasty.
Yes, yes. And so,
Check out the spatter come in and the primary colored
glorious.
umbrellas.
It's so nice. And they talk about like they just say he's the leader of these Nollians, Grandels, and he's fought his way up. He's done the work. You know, he's moving on up. And they're all, you know, this is just kind of he's fighting men, all eager to find favor with me, all eager, all Grendels. And it sets up how the Nollians, Grendels have kind of been, savaged by work, by like jealousy and rage, and they're no longer these like heroic Grendels, which is the motif we'll see for most of Grendel tales.
I think at the end of everything here, his book is a mystery. And so despite all the trappings and like genre stuff and even like the crazy action and like thriller stuff that's in it, it really is like all these details are sort of unfolding and they do relate to or bounce off of what Matt did in the cycle. So there's all these little story places where you get to re-examine the cycle as a whole thing. And one of my favorite moments had me thinking about, so it's somewhere in here. I don't know if we'll find it exactly when it comes, like how the instability of the world is like there's like a yin yang between like Hunter's psychopathy and like Orion's ability to temper it. There's like a balance between those two things. Anyway,
Yeah. And
maybe
that's
we'll get
like
to
the
that.
good and evil side of this coin, which is also the good and evil sides that are like pulling apart the like what people think is like the pure Grendel or whatever.
Did you notice the little window? Teeny tiny sliver of window in the big panel. When it pulls out to reveal this giant crew layer, it pulls out and pulls out and
Oh
pulls
my
out,
God, I see it
and there's
now.
a teeny tiny. There's a great detail for you.
All the way at the top because that's the only
Yeah,
blue in that panel.
isn't that crazy?
That's really well done.
A
Teddy.
wonderful scene.
All right, so then we flash back to him and he's, talking about the Grendel crew and taking over. And we really get, you know, we really see what his life is like, especially because he's in this like sunny porch vista, bright colors, and everyone else is in this like dark, dank. Like I think about the very beginning of the first Blade movie, when they're in that like vampire thing. And it's not necessarily vampires, it's Grendels, but it's still like there's loud techno music playing for sure.
I like the second panel where you got the red screen and the green screen, and it's coloring the guys in the foreground, looking
Yeah.
really cool.
Oh my god.
Very, very cool. All right.
Yep, the Grendels, they're not what they used to be, man. And my lord Renuet. Yep. His remember what was it called in what was Pope Innocent's guys' names, like Poop and Pee? Remember I was calling them, but it was like
It's like
fecal and
Piddle and Scrum or something like that.
yeah, Piddle.
That's
Yep.
something like that.
All right, so just the book continues to be absolutely glorious,
Yeah.
like page by page. These pages are absolutely insane, painted by Teddy. Insane, and I
What's
love
your yeah?
I
What's your
love the
favorite thing
setup
in
how
this
they're like,
page?
if you've been in Nolans, you know that the French Quarter is like one street that goes for a while, but they're like, over the course of time, the French Quarter has taken over the entire city,
It
and it's like
spreads like that warm, drunken feeling that you get.
exactly when you,
So I really appreciated reading about the future of a place that I've actually been to. I'm not that
yeah,
well traveled.
same,
And I spent when we were there, we were in the French Quarter. I don't want to say 40% of our time, but like it was like that was like the activity for a lot of
yeah,
the
same.
it was a long wedding weekend, and that's like what we did.
Yeah, I went for a wedding as well, and it was just nonstop, like drinking and
Frog's legs, that was my favorite part.
ooh, frogs.
I'll never forget the frog's legs.
Yeah, that is an interesting food to eat. So
I
strange.
always, yeah. Oh, it's great. It's like chicken. The okay, so what's going on in this page? I feel like the captions are sort of describing a a party feeling. Like is it like they're not, but the people in the crowd, it's like very like film noir, like isolated saxophony.
Yeah, they don't seem like they're having fun, and yet this is the whole city is a party.
Is it trying, maybe it's trying to say something else. I mean, it's like the text makes you think they're having a party, but they're not.
Yeah,
So maybe there's something else about the quarter that's spread. Anyway, Montevani knows he says that, any good detective knows you're new in town, you go to the library.
right. It doesn't seem like what I would think immediately, but you're right. That's where all the information is. That's where you can get to the microfiche. That's where you get to someone who like actually knows the city and might not be drunk. So yeah, he goes there to the library, and again with the splatter from the window.
Wait, can we should compliment the splash page more because I feel like I was only critical of it.
Oh,
How
well,
about that? How about those lights? The green light, the red light. Oh,
oh,
flying cars.
and the like divided sky there, if I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
yeah, really, really cool.
I'm sorry, the cast shadow on the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And they use they use that trick in film to show that like someone is like you're unsure of their motives, like
Mm.
partly good, partly bad. So maybe again they're using that motif here, like the city, has its good and has its bad, but the bad is like extra bad. But then the good is extra good, Calhoun. All right.
Mm. Oh yeah. These first
Too fast?
look at that transition into blue. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Really nice.
And he starts like complimenting the librarian and kind of like getting on their good side, saying she was pretty, she was this. But then in the next panel, it's like a dude. So then I was like kind of
No,
confused.
she gives him he butters her up for intel, and he is led to Calhoun. it's you know,
Oh, so like that. This is like him at the library, and this is him like in his next stop and tracing down. Oh, you're saying transition to blue because now he's in the casino.
he's in a casino. Do you see in panel 2 the racetrack, the
Oh yeah.
hollow
Okay.
screen of the horses?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Really, yeah, really cool. One of the things here that like I was looking at a lot in this issue is like when like what the natural color of the paper is, and like sometimes it looks like it's black paper and sometimes it's like it's blue paper. I think it's blue paper. Obviously it's blue.
Oh no.
But sometimes it bleeds in one to the other. And there were times where I was like wondering like if this is black paper, then like the lines that are black are just like negatives paint blob, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's all colored. It's
But
an
judging from the
illusion.
pages I have from the other issue, like it could be black paper with these rectangles of blue pasted in, and then they paint on top of those pasted in blue pieces.
Maybe. I mean, what color do you think the page on the right is?
I think it's black paper with pieces like glued
Black paper with
with
oh
like
I see.
yellow or something.
I see what you're saying.
Because
The
only judging from those other pages that we read, and I got a page from it.
what's this? What is this? What's the third panel down? It looks
On
like
the yellow
the
page.
exterior of a hotel. It's a super wide shot. Where is
Maybe
that?
that's the track too. Like, see how it fades out, and
Oh,
then
I
in the
see.
middle you see like the two blobs. That's them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I see it.
maybe that's the pan out, and that's like the racetrack that goes. Yeah. So he's talking with him. He's like, I need some info on the Batiaques murders. Oh no, he doesn't say that at first. At first, he's like, I heard you're actually like a good Grendel,
You're a good Grendel.
and I don't want to just go to the next one on the street corner because they're not honorable, and I know you're honorable. I heard about you. And he's like, and Calhoun's like,
The crew.
yeah, until he says, well, tell me if you hear about the Batiac murders. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What'd you say? Batiac? There he goes. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I just everything about this comic is beautiful. Like like how you say you like how Matt would like simplify characters or simplify bodies like down. Like
Yeah.
again, here there's no holding line, just super simple stuff,
Yep,
little shapes to denote eyes, nose.
for sure. And the solid black, like the solid black plays against the gradients and the airbrushing and whatever fading effects are in there really nicely.
Yeah.
So this next spread is where the Jan, who's the guest penciler?
Oh yeah, Jan Wenner? No, just kidding. Jan Solheim.
Jan Solheim, but Teddy's still finishing it. So it's okay. So
Yeah.
the tell on that for me was the last two panels where he's at the gambling table and the camera doesn't move.
Oh yeah. Teddy never does that.
It was like it's like Mad Magazine,
Yeah.
But everything worked really well for me, especially this shot, like the early shots, like of her face. It looks like the last one that Teddy paints of just her face, panel 3.
Right here.
Yeah, and then when they introduce the character, what's Simone? Okay, yeah, pay attention, Simone.
Really good setup too. He was just a like the attorney, or he was
He's an
the
accountant.
accounting at the Miami chapter.
Yeah, yeah. I had the same thought. It was just like it's just like the attorney.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And other characters. I feel like there's other characters
There's always like,
who've been corporate people that are like having to
well,
align
even like
themselves with
Larry
this.
at the beginning, kind of.
Even like Larry. He looks like Larry.
He kind of looks like Larry.
Yeah. I love the atmosphere of all the receipts like in the wind. That's so much fun.
Yeah, and then over here we even get like this Grendel card in the middle. So he meets his love Simone on Miami Beach, but then he starts trying to make a better life for her, trying to make some money. He starts
By
gambling,
gambling.
and then develops this utterly debilitating gambling habit that just destroys him. He'll bet on anything: mouse races, water dripping. And slowly but surely it just destroys him in every way. And he really wanted to have a wife. Oh, he gambled everything away until he gambled Simone away. Idiot.
Yeah, look at the fourth panel. It looks like one of those like 90s record
This one.
covers.
Yeah.
No, the fourth one.
Oh, this one. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a stretched out. The little burningisms in there, yeah. The
Hmm.
orange. Very, very nice. So anyway, he gets pregnant with I
Yeah.
guess with their baby.
Well, he wanted a baby, but it didn't happen with her. So then he took it on his own,
The male pregnancy stuff is super underexplained and weird.
Who
And
fertilized his eggs? Like, what happened?
I
Like,
love it. It's so fucking weird.
does he
Uh
fertilize his own eggs?
maybe the Steve Lieber story will explain that.
Which one's that?
That's like the vampire is pregnant with its own baby or something like that.
Oh,
Male vampire pregnancy. I don't know.
you stumped me. I forget which one that is.
That's like one of the last ones.
One of the last.
Okay, great.
Okay, great, Ben.
This
All right.
looks good.
So this is his history. So now he's like, we're out of Miami. We're going down to the Amazon, which is rough on a baby, and it killed his little warrior. Couldn't survive there. And so he went basically crazy. And then that's when he started like going on his murder sprees and losing his mind to probably drugs and
Yeah, but we know that the prophetic intel that he received is not delusional.
well, I mean, if
Like
he
there's something
Grendel,
there's
he's on this other level. He's
well,
reaching
I guess so. Yeah, he really must have been talking to the King of France,
a
Charlemagne.
oh, that's right. That's right.
I love this wide shot of New Orleans. It goes very, very well with the double page spread from the end of the second issue of the city.
It's so nice.
Very
Just these little
nice.
brush strokes like down here on the city and like
Uh-huh.
oh, killer.
Everything's really, really nice. All the applications.
All right. And then we're finally back with
This is
what?
De Ver Gloria,
Yeah, Gloria, yeah.
Susan.
Alexander
If
was right. The more you kill, the easier it gets. And yeah, so this art collector lady, she was called to Grendelin, and boy, did she get a Grendelin. She's driven by her need to want to find the treasure. And so she's, she killed this guy who I don't know was, I mean, to me at first I saw it looked like he was like in a gimp outfit or he was in like he was wanting to be dominated, but maybe not.
he's a watchman, he's a night watchman.
Oh yeah, I see the uniform now.
Yeah.
And so she's hacking into this systems right here to find out that the treasure she seeks is in New Orleans.
The thing that stood out to me is that there's a little bit of intel on the French Grendel Society. I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand what it is. They're scions. I don't remember.
Yeah, I
didn't look
looked that up too, and I think
Yeah.
it said like the Society of the Scions of Grendel. So
I
these are
think
like
it's yeah, but what's a
sons of
scion? A
Grendel.
scion is like something that used to be. It's like a
Scion, yeah.
splinter.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
Okay,
I thought it was also too kind of like not the
sounds cool.
children of, but like the those spurred on by the actions of someone or something.
All right.
We are the
Well,
scions of Jack Kirby.
she says that she heard that they used to be Christian and calls them bastards for it. So we know that in this time the church remains
And
hated.
yes,
Hated forever.
and we even start to learn about this like society in the I guess this is the scions, this like this collectors society, and this guy right here is like he's their like acquisitioner or something. He's
No,
in murders and acquisitions.
he's Renute's.
Yeah.
He's
like
he's
enforcer.
he's Renute's curator.
Yeah, curator, exactly. Good. And
Oh
so
wait, oh no no I'm sorry, wrong dude. I don't know who this is. I'm
oh, okay,
confused.
this guy is just like a Grendel who's out Grendelin, and he's torturing these people looking for
Yeah,
his
he's the guy
kitchens.
Calhoun's gonna get info from.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Very,
on
very
his way
tense.
out from being this big badass asshole Grendel, he's stopped by Calhoun and he's like, give me the info or die. And the guy's like, yeah, screw you. Do you know who I am? He's like, do you know who I am? I'm Calhoun. Swing.
I'm Calhoun.
Mm-hmm.
I like Joseph Mantovani showing up in panel 2. That's cool.
Yeah. He's smoking it now. So
And
now
they kill
some
him.
of our disparate characters are working together for this for a single thing. And he's like, please. And then he's like starts slicing his throat. You know, that classic movie, you'll never do it. And he starts slicing through. He's like, it's Dulac, it's Dulac. And then Montavani's like, oh, you killed him anyway? Why? And he's like, that dude was a bitch. Dead men tell no tales, Ben. All right, so we're back. Dude, this page is sick. And I mean, the art is interesting and glorious and beautiful, but then we get this brand new character, another corporate kind of like obsessed with their work, completely, you know, this guy who is so sensitive about his state of virginity. So
Still a Grendel.
still a Grendel by force in order
He's the
to show.
curator Grendel, yeah.
Yep. And it's kind of, oh, this is the curator guy. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's if only he could get laid, and here's Gloria, and
Only a woman would talk to him and
she
hey,
needs to
look
ply
at
his
here.
wiles. It's just the guy she's looking for.
Willing to do anything for the treasure.
Yeah.
Emphasis on do anything. And just I mean, again, absolutely glorious page by Teddy. The smoke, the like dot patterns to almost simulate like the light in this, because you know, again, I'm feeling like this is a dance club, disco ball sending lights throughout, you know, music blasting.
Great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere. Perfect atmosphere. Look at like in this panel too, like this character with like the Kano eye, and then you know, super close up on this nose here, like just
And the drool. Yeah, the nose is crazy.
yeah. You're like
And
in
the
the
bug
you're
eye.
in this crowd, you know.
Interesting.
And she's like, "Is anyone sitting here?" I always love a circle inset panel like this. It's really cool. Oh my gosh! And look, you know, it kind of like obscures the vision to like
Yeah.
zoom in.
It focuses.
Yeah, exactly. A
Yeah,
rack
it's
focus, if you will.
very cool.
Well done. Ooh, okay. Now we're in the spaciness of these alleyways, and they finally, you know, seemingly pretty simply found Dulac.
They Shanghai him.
Grendel. They Shanghai him.
Yeah, they get him. They sneak up from behind him. They whack him with the probably metal hand.
Yep.
They drag him away.
And he's out. Piece of cake.
Easy.
Flash right back to what seems like a very comfortable bed that he is tossing and turning in. It's
naked.
Yeah, naked.
Full on naked. I like it. Looks like Teddy's like scratching with a razor blade.
Yeah, definitely
Across the inset panel.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mask and the real close up on the mask on the third. Look at it looks like dry brush, maybe colored pencil.
Of the white.
Sitting on top. Yeah, really, yeah. It's all kinds of cool rendering strategies.
Yes, you are a Grendel after all. And it's interesting too, because you know, he kind of, you know, thought of himself as Charlemagne, took fully into the Grendel, you know, brain, and he was like, it was nice meeting the real Alfred Bixby again, at least for an hour or two, as he was like reflecting about his past and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they put the mental health lettering strategy on display again, really easy to decode.
Yeah, exactly. Really interesting character. And then, all right, we're back with Dulac. They're shooting him up with stuff right into his brain to make him with a little truth serum.
Wow, look at all the ragged razor blade stuff, especially around his eyes in the last panel. That is so cool.
Yeah.
It looks like it's crackling with electricity.
Absolutely, yeah. And this guy, like, because they say his like mouth is doing what they want, but you can tell his eyes are like raging.
Yeah,
so perfectly shown.
This is like truth serum. My favorite detail, I think, besides the eyes and the razor blade stuff, is the beer can that Montavani opens up.
Oh yeah, and it's just spilling down his fingers and stuff.
It is endlessly atmospheric, as we just described. It's just like it's like pea soup.
Yeah. And then here on the second page, there's like a lot of like an info dump here. I went back and read that a couple different times, and this
you tell me what you got out of it.
Yeah, I was like, dang, I need to go back to that. And it is talking about, it's the 800th anniversary of the first Grendel's death.
Yeah, so 1991 plus 800.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh yeah. whatever that is.
I think it's well, I think it's the time has been pushed up a little bit by the Power Ranger in my head canon. The Power
Oh.
Ranger in
Batman Grendel.
no, in the Master Edition in Devil by the Deed when Stacy sees
Oh
himself.
yeah, that's right.
So it's like in my head, he dies, it's like early 1994.
Yeah, that was interesting. That's just a different hero, that Stacy, you know. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so he's saying like now it's time for the resurrection. The resurrection is Renuet. And
No, it's whoever's the King of France.
well,
This
yeah,
is
it
where it
does
gets
say
murky. It's whoever's
whoever
the King
is
of
the king
France.
of France. And so
Getting our
Renuet
intel
is,
from the French Grendels.
yeah, yeah. It is a bit confusing, but yeah. The blood flowed from the old King of France right through to today.
Yeah, Renute.
But you know, and he's talking about the bloodline's dead because of these riots in France and Paris, and so that royal.
They were also talking about riots. Alexander was telling Gloria about riots in European cities.
Yeah,
So it's unclear what riots catch as catch can.
catch can. So anyway,
Oh, but the last panel is my favorite because this all happened long ago before the first Grendel.
yeah.
So it's just interesting that aside from Argent, there's like no other events that are really important before Hunter Rose.
I mean,
But
I
now
I
there's
can
one.
only argue that there is, and it's the life of Jocasta and
Yeah,
whatever.
but yeah, sure, but like there's no stories about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's the thread that you would have to follow if you're choosing to go backwards.
I mean, Hunter is such a unreliable narrator
That's true.
that Jocasta, I think Jocasta was isn't it a coincidence that the number one mutated genius in the world finds all these people that are also, like so special? No, he's bringing it out in them. Come on.
I see. I see.
Come on.
Jocasta was merely a vessel to help him bring
She's a
out.
regular person.
Oh, interesting. All right, we're back here to the torture and the information dump here from
Yeah.
what's his name?
Calhoun.
Well, Calhoun, but what's the samurai guy's name again? Shoot.
Dulac.
Dulac. Yeah, you're right. You're better at this name thing.
Dulac. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So he's talking about Simone Batiaques, who is like the sister who was driven crazy and like disappeared. Oh no, she got bit by a vampire. And
She
so
got lost in a
so it's like
game.
might
That's Bixby's wife.
oh yeah.
That's Bixby's wife, Simone.
God.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh, nice. So she hasn't
It's
been
like it's
killed.
a
She was
mystery. You have
turned
to
into
keep the pieces.
yeah.
You got to keep the pieces on
Connect.
the board, but it's like there's 5 stories going on at once. What do you got for me?
All being connected. All right, and then he tries to like wiggle himself out. He grabs the sword and he's about to kill Calhoun when he comes in again, and grabs the thing just like he did before with his metal hand. He's like, "Your fucking hand again!" And he jumps out this window.
Yeah, it's funny, and this both times when the hand like intercedes at your hand again, there's never like sparks. I'm never really sold on these like metal hand
Yeah,
gimmicks because there's a reveal in like the 5th issue where it's like looks like from Terminator where he pulls his shit off.
yeah, yeah,
I wish there was some sparks
yeah. There
or
should
or
be.
a sound effect or
And I
something.
was kind of confused because it seemed like for the rest of this time, like that they were like in an alleyway. Like I envisioned an alleyway, but I do see like the blinds here now.
I like these blinds that he like kicks and then he's like, I'm gonna dance in your blood. He jumps out the window.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Oh man, again, all this stuff, this glorious Teddy stuff.
Yeah, really nice.
It's interesting too. The letters column too. They're not even like up to talking about Four Devils One Hell yet. They're still talking about War Child.
You're still talking about War Child.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe
Of
this
which
is
there,
like a between times. Is there a specific issue of War Child
Well, yeah, because Diana's like, we're going to try to finish it off here, and we're going to talk about issues. These are issues 8 through 10 that we're going to talk about. So they go through. I read a number of these, and of course, look here we
Jamie
get
S.
and it
Rich.
again with Jamie S. Rich.
Hey, let me tell you
Shout
something about out of the Vortex.
Yeah.
I had Out of the Vortex.
Oh, it's covers by Mike Mignola.
It was
Ostrander.
It was from Comics Greatest World, which I've maligned in the past.
Yeah.
And
It's like
it was fucking weird.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I was most excited to see. Well, this stuff is really great too. Obviously, the Arthur Adams, Creature from the Black Lagoon, so sick. All right, we got a little Nexus. Steve Rude and Mike Barron's Nexus. Then we get the holiday wish list with this cherry right here, Godzilla versus Barkley. I mean, it's resurging time of Godzilla. That'd be a good one to re-release. And it's funny, Charles Barkley's in the news still. He's got his own shows and stuff. Written by Mike Barron as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Pretty great. And on here too, we got 4 Devils, 1 Hell 3 and Urban Adventure number 6, The Jam, coming out.
Can I ask you a question about this, The Thing from Another World? Do you think this is somehow license related to John Carpenter's The Thing? Is that what's going on?
I'm pretty sure it is, because I have a trade of it.
Oh, super cool.
It is The Thing, yeah.
All right, let's see what else. Oh, Basil Wolverton.
Saw that.
Your favorite shipped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
Indiana
great.
Jones Thunder in the Orient 3 coming out in November. Okay. The Legend line, which we love so much. So many great things came from that.
It's terrific.
And that's it. A beautiful blue cover or back cover here. I love it. My issue is like very dusty. Pardon me, good folks of The Devil in Detail. The Devil in Detail, whatever our podcast is.
That's what it's called.
All right. Sweet, Ben. So good recording with you. And until next time,
keep on Grendling.
And keep on Grendling.
The end. Keep on Grendling.
Just keep on. That's
Take luck.